Hi, I'm Steve Ramsbottom from Performance Institute, just reviewing some corrective exercises from the FMS screen. If you had a hard time doing the overhead squat test, this is the most complex of all the tests. So there's a lot of different things that can be affected. I'm going to show you two corrective exercises that should really help do the trick and improve your screen. The first one we're going to do is I've got a pretty thick power band here, which is going to help me get down into a deep squat. So the first thing is it's kind of like having training wheels. It's going to allow me to drop down. So I've just got the band around my hips. If you're setting this up, you could also use a cable column if you can have some of the cinch around your waist. A band, these are about $20. I think it's worth the investment. You're going to come back. This is really going to give you a lot of assistance. When you set up, you want to have your feet out about shoulder width apart, toes relatively straight. What I'm going to have you do is start with your arms out in front of the body. And your first movement I want to see is that your hips sink back. And then as you lower, you're going to raise your arms and try to look up at those hands to help maintain a nice tall position through the upper back. And I want to see that you round forward. So it's a good idea to think of finishing that squat. Get those arms out in front of the body, sink your hips back, look up at the hands, and I'm thinking of forcing my knees out as they drop into that squat. Going through the range of motion is really going to help you get into a deeper position. It's going to help with all the plyometric drills we do. It's going to help obviously with our squatting and deadlifting type drills that we do. The next one we're going to do is similar. We'll call this a yoga sequence. You can just use a hockey stick. We're going to have this down on the floor. Same setup we did as the last drill. We want to have your feet out about shoulder width apart. I've just got my heels resting on the stick. The first movement I'm going to do is think of hinging forward into a hamstring stretch. Trying to stay as tall as I can. You're going to drop down. Think of keeping your elbows inside your knees, and again, I want to see those knees coming out over your little toes. This little lift, if you had a hard time with that overhead squat, is really going to help you drop down. Next move, lift one arm up, like imagine you're trying to hold an Olympic bar over your head. Look up and try to rotate back, looking at that hand, keeping it straight, still keep the knees out. Drop down, repeat it on the other side. Look up that hand. Lower back down. I'm trying to keep my back as flat as I can and my knees out. And then I'm going to lift up back into that stretch. So I'll show that one more time. I'm just dropping down. I'm holding that position for about 3 seconds. I'm lifting up and rotating. I'm holding that for about 3 seconds. Dropping down, lifting, rotating. The other thing this is going to help you do is work on trying to maintain a nice vertical shin position. That's a big cue that we'll try to do both on this band exercise as well as this exercise. From a profile, again, heels are on, feet are out about shoulder width apart. I'm just hinging forward, trying to maintain a tall position. I'm dropping down, pushing my knees out, trying to maintain as vertical a position with my shins as I can. Lifting up, turning over, hold. 3 seconds each one again. Lift up, turn, hold. I'm keeping my knees out, and then I'm repeating that drill. I would go through that sequence at least 10 times. As you get better at it, you can take that stick away, and that will really help improve the mobility through that whole lower portion of the body, and will really help develop a squat, really reinforcing what we're doing in the gym here with you. To see more of our corrective